Hey guys, I'm Adam with Cittac Suppressors. I want to talk to you today really quick about shooting steel, which is something I do a lot for 3-gun and something we do a lot for demos and things like that because it's very fun to shoot steel, but it's really easy to do it incorrectly and have it be kind of dangerous. So I want to talk to you today about the safety considerations. The first thing is safety glasses. You want a good pair of shooting glasses when you're shooting steel, whether you're the person shooting or not, because those bullet fragments don't really care whether you were the one sending rounds down range. But the other thing you can do is you can buy good steel and you can use it appropriately, and then it becomes very safe. So AR 500 steel is the gold standard for steel targets. You don't want to shoot anything softer than that, even if you're shooting with the pistol, because that steel can deform over time if you're using cheaper stuff. So don't use the stuff that your buddy welded up in his garage out of, the scrap pile. Go get yourself some good steel targets. There's a lot of good manufacturers out there. I prefer the stuff from Cittac, really good company, but mostly I really like the target stands. They're these little collapsible stands that actually fold up and fit in this bag with the target itself, everything except the 2x4 there. So I can just throw it in the trunk of my car, run out to the range really quick. But there's lots of other manufacturers out there, but there's some things to look for. So with static targets, you want something with a downward angle on it. So when the bullet's coming in, that bullet fragment will be forced down into the ground. For knockover targets, something that you're going to shoot and it's going to fall off of a post, you want something with an upward angle at it. You want to stay away from targets that are facing straight up and down unless they're like flash targets that are hanging at a really long distance where you're not possibly going to get any fragments back on you. Another consideration is what kind of gun you're shooting. For pistols and pistol caliber carbines, minimum safe distance for a static target is about 15 yards. So what I'll do is I'll set up my target and I'll just step back 15 paces, draw a line in the dirt or the gravel or the sand, and that is the line that I'm not going to step in front of when I'm shooting that steel target. This target here, we spray painted that we shot it today so you can see what the hits look like. And this guy has easily a couple thousand rounds on it at this point, and there's no signs of pock marks or cratering or anything like that. A good steel target being shot with the pistol lasts a very long time. Coming over here, we got a target we've been shooting with a rifle. Now, minimum distance for rifle steel is generally considered to be 100 yards. So you want to set that stuff a lot farther back. Obviously, higher velocity rounds, it can create more problems. The really important thing to understand is that if you shoot a steel target with a rifle, unless you're at an extremely long distance, you're almost certainly going to damage it in some way, especially if it's a static target. This target we've shot a ton with 223, and as you can see, it's pretty pockmarked. For whatever reason, 223 actually damages steel worse than just about anything else, including 308 and 6.5 Creedmoor and stuff along those lines. So what most people will do and what I do is I'll have my pistol steel and I'll shoot that close, and then I'll have my rifle steel and I'll shoot that far. Now, it's not really a problem that this is all pockmarked as long as I don't shoot it inside that 100 yards. If I bring it in and I use my rifle steel as pistol steel, that's where it starts to get dangerous. But what you can do if you buy steel from a company that bolts their steel to the hangers instead of welding it, which is the other reason that I go with Cittac, is you could take these bolts out, turn that steel around and bolt it back on, and now you have a clean face in the back that hasn't been shot with the rifle. You can shoot that with a pistol, and then if you're going to go back to shooting it with the rifle, you turn it around and you put it out at 100 yards and you shoot it with the rifle. The other type of gun that you'll occasionally shoot steel with, especially 3-gun, is the shotgun. Usually it's falling steel, but the important thing to understand with the shotgun is don't shoot steel with steel. Make sure you're shooting lead birdshot. If you have steel core birdshot or buckshot, you're shooting all the steel BBs onto this thing and they don't deform and splatter the way that lead does, so they'll bounce back at you, and that's obviously a very bad thing. If you're not really sure what's in your shotgun shells, take a magnet. If it doesn't stick, you're good to go. If it sticks to your ammo, then don't shoot that. So hopefully this answers some questions for you guys. If you have any other questions, you can leave them up in the comments, and for anything else, you can go to amtacsuppressors.com.